apply to these P2P lending companies. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zeva. How are you all doing? I hope you're all doing well. In this video, I'm going to be giving you 10 tips on how to cope with unemployment, especially how to bounce back after you're maybe fired, you're laid off, or you resign from your place of work. Because I've been noticing in the news lately, especially lately, that there have been companies and organizations, especially companies, laying off thousands and thousands of their workers. And I'm sure that this would be a difficult period for many people who are experiencing that. So stay tuned. First of all, the very first thing that I would like to encourage you to do if you're facing a situation like this is to embrace your thoughts and feelings. It's okay to feel vulnerable. It's okay to feel like you're lost, you don't know where to go, you feel like you're not in the place where you want to be. These mixed feelings will appear when you're facing... Hi birdie! It's lovely day today. There's many birds out there. Something to be thankful for, by the way. Okay, let's go back on track. So it's okay to feel this vulnerability because we're human, right? We're not robots. And it's okay to be upset. And it's okay to kind of process what you're going through. And one of the best ways to do this is to find solace in something bigger than you. Every one of us out there, we're all from different backgrounds. Some of us believe in a higher power, some of us believe in God, some of us don't believe in God, some of us believe in certain belief systems, faith or whatnot, or whatever it is. Find something that is bigger than you. This will help you to realize that, okay, I might be facing a little hiccup at the moment, but actually this is just one part of a whole ecosystem, of a whole process that will eventually fall back in place. It's not going to be disintegrated for longer periods of time. There will always be a way for you to clasp back together and be stronger again, and it's okay. And put your trust in whatever it is that you believe in that is beyond your limited human power. I hope that's also relatable to those who are atheists out there. I don't know, but this is just something also that is based on my experience. So just try to adjust with what you believe in. But at the very least, embrace your feelings, embrace your thoughts. This is to validate yourself. Internally validate that what you're going through is real and you can heal from it. Number 2, confide in somebody that you trust. It could be just one person that you really trust, or a group of people like your inner circle or something that you really trust, and let them know how you feel and share, because at the end of the day, humans are social animals and we have a tendency of wanting to confide in other people who we trust and just let them know what we're going through and have somebody to, you know, have their shoulder for you to cry on, or their ear for them to listen to what you want to share, things like that. But not everybody is comfortable with that. So if you're not comfortable in confiding to another person besides yourself, write it out. Get a piece of paper, a journal, a diary, whatever, and write all the things that are in your mind, what you're feeling, and just splurge it all out. And after that, you will feel better. Number 3 is still something to do with inner work. So number 3 is try to make personal space for yourself. Keep a bit of distance from the things around you. Just pull yourself back from this matrix that we call life. You know, there's so many noise out there. There's so many things around us buzzing in our mind, in front of our eyes, and we deserve to just take that personal space for us to kind of adjust our mindset, shift it a bit, because usually in these moments you'll be feeling low majority of the time. And at this moment, it is when you really need to believe that don't see this as a failure, like as an absolute failure that you cannot bounce back out of it. See it more as a pause. No matter how hard it is to realize this, because I was there, I've been in my lower points as well, and sometimes I just don't feel like it's a pause. I just feel like it's just an ongoing and trials and tribulation that always appears in my life, and I'm so freaking tired of it, It's okay to feel that negativity, but at the end of the day, you need to believe that this is a pause. So see this as a pause, not as like a complete failure in life and that you're not gonna excel again, you're not gonna bounce back, because no, that's not true. See this more as a pause, and this will take some time usually for you to realize that this is just a little bump in the road, but eventually you will get to a point where it is what it is a pause, and I'm not a failure, you're not a failure, and your mind will heal and get better. Don't rush yourself to try to apply for new jobs. Don't rush yourself to try to reach out to people when you're not ready, because when you do that, you're not gonna be stable, you're not gonna be healthy, because you're rushing things. Sometimes there are things where you just cannot rush and you really need to let go. So take that pause and create your personal space. Number 4 is rediscover your potentials. It could be from your hobbies, from your interests, or even your networks. For example, from your hobbies, you're into painting, or you're into other types of arts and crafts, or you're into graphic design, even though you're not technically a professional graphic designer. And for your interests, for example, you're into public speaking, or you're into dancing. And then from your networks, for example, you know that you're affiliated with this organization or that community or that society. It could be anything. What's most important is that these are the potentials that you have that actually make you happy. Because when you're down and in the dumps, you want to find things that make you joyful again, or more joyful than you are at that time. And number 5 is rediscover the opportunities related to your potential. So for example, you've already jotted down all the potentials that you have from your hobbies, the activities you're interested in, and also your networks, and see whether there are opportunities to gain income from it. So it's not just about making yourself joyful again, happy again, or more joyful or happier, but you can see that there is a potential that this could be something that could earn you your living, even if it's in a small amount. For hobbies and activities, it's quite obvious, but for networks, for example, what I mean here is that reach out to people, potential people that you already know, who knows they have job opportunities for you, and be proactive. Go up to these people, whether it is through email, you call them, you text them, whatever, and let them know that you are available currently, that you are open to the job market, open to opportunities, whether it is part-time, full-time, freelance, anything, volunteerism even. Just let them know. Get the word out there that you are available. Now number 6 relates to number 5. So for example, you've already jotted down your potentials and you found out that among these things, there are ones that are prospective for you to gain some income. Now what you need to do next is see whether you have sources of funds to make that happen, whether it is from your savings account, your deposit, or any investment tools that you have. You can even apply for a loan, because there are so many channels out there where you can apply for loans. If you're in Indonesia and you're Indonesian, you can apply to these P2P lending companies or peer-to-peer lending companies, because they can connect you with individual and institutional lenders. If you're not from Indonesia, maybe you could also look around from where you're at and see whether something like this also exists. So you don't only have to go to conventional banks, but there are also P2P lending options out there. I mean, who knows, the 9 to 5 isn't really for you actually. Number 7, find free or paid online training classes and certifications that exist on the internet. There are so many to choose from, and even some top universities hold their own classes online that you can attend, some free and some paid. This is super useful for you to increase your skill set and also to put in a link of the certification on your LinkedIn profile, for example. So you can show to people that you have graduated from this course and from this class online. And other than that, don't forget about the webinars, the countless of webinars out there that you can participate, whether it is in line with your professional background, even those that are more about hobby-based or interest-based. There are so many to choose from. For the online certification, these are just some websites that I recommend. Number 8, this is for those out there who have decided, at least for the time being, that maybe entrepreneurship and business is not really your thing and you would like to go back to the employee route, or you would like to go back and work for a company, organization, and whatnot. So start to eventually apply again to all the places that you're interested in, and even places that may not be aligned 100% with what you're interested in, but you think that you could work there. Why is this? This is because not everybody's financial condition is the same, right? We are in different situations and it's okay. For example, if you're privileged enough to have a stronger safety net and you believe that for your next job you have to work at a place that is aligned with your academic and professional background. But not everybody has that luxury. There are some people who may not have enough funds, fund security in that aspect, and they would prefer to just get whatever job they can in order to gain income. That is also okay. I'm not judging because everybody's different and that's just how life is. So suit that, adjust that based on your condition, and apply to the places where you see fit. That's right, because you are the one that knows best about who you are, not other people, not me. Where can you search job opportunities? For example, job rosters, mailing lists, open career websites, or specific company websites and their job vacancy sections. Ask your network who maybe work in a place where you really want to work, or ask for your network whether they have connections in other places that can be connected to you. There are so many ways to do this, and remember to apply to as many places as you can. Don't just apply to like 1 to 10 places, apply to more than that, and use a priority scale based on your interests. It's completely fine, and just use a strategy that works best for you. Just start applying if going back to an employer is your choice. Number 9, continue to build or start building your multiple sources of income. I cannot stress this enough because you never know what will happen to you in the future, in the present time, and what kind of opportunities are out there in the future, in the present moment. Start doing this now, especially when you're alone, like you're not with somebody, like you don't have a partner to kind of build your life strategy with. You really need to start doing this, to do this on your own. And by the way, all these multiple sources of income that you have or that you will eventually have, it doesn't mean that they all have to give you streams of income like every month or every week or in a stable flow. It doesn't have to work like that, right? Because it's also normal. For example, your first 2 streams of income sometimes will appear when you only are receiving certain opportunities, for example, to become a speaker at an event or whatnot, or to become an MC at an event, which doesn't happen all the time. It's okay, but that slot is there. And there's another one where you're gaining income from investments, for example. You have Reksadana, for example. The most important thing is that you know that the potential is there. It's in the pipeline. Whether it gives you regular income or not, it's okay, but you know that there is that slot that would one day or sometimes give you that extra money that you need. What are some examples of multiple sources of income, whether it's like passive or active? These are some of the examples. See, there's many, from you giving certain services, from you accessing certain tools that will give you opportunities to gain more income, from you doing remote work, for example, that can also be really useful too. It's totally possible. There are so many opportunities out there on the internet. You just need to search for it and strategize it. Number 10, last but not least, I kind of mentioned this in the beginning, but this is something to emphasize. It's super important for us to not get really stressed out and even anxious about it. It is let it go and let it be. Keep on praying. What's most important is to actually give ample amounts of effort. It doesn't have to be all the freaking time, you guys. Take your time, take your pace. Everybody's pace is different. It's totally okay. Just keep on trying, give more effort, and then just let go, let it be. And sooner or later it will fall into place, and somehow you will find your rhythm. So those are my 10 tips for you to cope with unemployment, for you to bounce back from getting fired from your job or getting laid off from your job or even resigning from your job, whether you want it or not. These things happen in life, and I hope that you will recover, you will bounce back, and you will propel better than you were in the past towards a better future. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. If you haven't already subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.